ever wondered how far a solo artist can penetrate the international market, especially in a country that is known to be super strict about music like Japan? Well, get ready to be surprised. 'Cause this time, it's not just any artist making history. It's Jungkook, BTS Golden Magne, who proves once again that he's not just a global phenomenon but a new legend. Yes, only Jungkook, the first Korean soloist to be nominated for Request Artist of the Year in Japan. How crazy is that? Okay, let's start from the beginning. The music sector in Japan is not just any market. Japan is known as one of the largest music industries in the world after the United States. Characteristics of the market are strong, loyal, exclusive, and tend to have a preference for domestic artists. What does this mean? Entering the Japanese industry, especially as a foreign musician, is very challenging. Usually, Korean artists need years of promotion, special events, and even Japanese language albums to be accepted. But in Jungkook's case, it's different. Without the conventional strategies that agencies usually do, without an official solo debut in Japan, Jungkook immediately broke through the market with his full Korean and full English solo works. This proves one important thing. The power of pure demand from Japanese fans for Jungkook is like a big wave that can't be held back anymore. Now, what exactly is Request Artist of the Year? It's a special award from Line Music, one of Japan's largest streaming platforms where fans play an active role. It's not just about how much the song is played, but how often the artist is personally requested by app users. It's different from the usual charts that only count the number of streams. Requests mean that there is an active desire from the listener, there is an emotional attachment, there is an attraction that makes people choose the artist over and over again. Being nominated in this category means that Jungkook has an active, militant, and loyal fan base in Japan, not just a momentary viral hit. This shows a sustained popularity that stands on its own, even outside of BTS' big name. If we want to look at it more theoretically, in the study of cultural globalization, there is a concept called glocalization. It's a term that describes how a global product, in this case Jungkook's music, is adapted and accepted by the local market without losing its original identity. Jungkook didn't change himself for the Japanese market. He remains the Jungkook we know: premium vocal quality, world-class music production, and strong visual performance. But still, accepted with open arms by the Japanese public. This is a concrete example of successful glocalization, maintaining authenticity while catering to local tastes. Moreover, this achievement also strengthens Jungkook's position as one of the most successful soloists in the world. As we already know, through his songs such as Seven, Standing Next to You, and his debut album Golden, Jungkook set various records. From the Billboard Hot 100 UK official chart, Spotify Global, to dominating various Asian streaming platforms. But this nomination in Japan is special. Why? Because Japan is a notoriously cold market towards K-pop artists who don't seriously promote there. In fact, most Korean artists who succeed in Japan have to go through special releases, concerts, local variety shows, and even Japanese language acquisition. While Jungkook, he flipped all of that on its head. With just music and the power of his personal brand, he paved his own way. Even without a formal debut, without a Japanese song. Well, this is interesting to discuss more in terms of Jungkook's personal branding. There is a theory called parasocial relationship, a one-way relationship between artists and fans where fans feel a personal connection with the artist even though the interaction does not happen directly. Jungkook is a master at creating this parasocial relationship. Through live streaming content, personal posts, behind-the-scenes videos, and even small gestures at concerts, Jungkook builds a strong emotional bond. Japanese fans, who are known to value emotional closeness and sincerity, feel truly connected to him. So, to summarize, why did Jungkook get nominated for Request Artist of the Year in Japan? There is a combination of factors in it. First, the quality of his music is world-class. Second, Jungkook's strong, genuine, and relatable personal brand. Third, the right timing. When the world needed a new, authentic, and genuine voice, Jungkook was there to offer it all. And fourth, the emotional connection that he consistently builds so that fans feel ownership of his career journey. This achievement also breaks new boundaries for the K-pop industry. In the past, the image of Korean artists in Japan was still strongly tied to idol groups with a certain concept. Now, a young South Korean soloist with universal songs can penetrate the hearts of Japanese listeners without compromise. This opens up a huge opportunity for the next generation of K-pop artists who want to go global but still maintain their original colors. And as always, Jungkook didn't just stop at one achievement. This is just the beginning. Based on current trends, there's a good chance he'll continue to expand his dominance in Japan, even without traditional promotion. A clear example that the power of true music knows no borders, cultures, or languages. And what's even more interesting, Jungkook's achievement isn't just about personal achievement. It's starting to change people's perception of Korean artists in Japan. Whereas in the past there were unwritten boundaries, as if Korean artists had to fulfill certain conditions to be accepted, Jungkook now proves that quality music speaks louder than invisible rules. He shows that if your music is strong, if your emotions are genuine, and if you truly connect with your audience, you can break through anything, even walls as thick as culture. On the other hand, we can also look at it from an industry perspective. The Japanese entertainment industry is notoriously protective of its local products, naturally, because they want to maintain their cultural identity. But in recent years, we can see a shift. Japanese youth are now more open-minded, more globalized, and more hungry for variety. They still love Japanese music, but also start looking for something broader that can speak to their universal feelings, whether it's about love, loss, dreams, or hope. And that's where Jungkook's music fits in seamlessly. Songs like 7, Standing Next to You, even the mellow tracks from his albums speak about very human themes without the need to be limited by language. That's why, even though Jungkook hasn't released an album in Japanese, fans there are still actively requesting, streaming, and even supporting him on local charts. 'Cause for them, emotions are more important than lyrics that they can fully understand. From an academic point of view, this is very interesting. There's another term that's really relevant, which is emotional transference, a theory in psychology that says that people can sense emotions from other people, even without perfect verbal communication. Through voice, intonation, expression, and even small gestures, Jungkook managed to transfer his emotions to the Japanese audience. That's why even though there is a distance in language and heart, it feels very close. If we take it to a larger scale, what Jungkook did will have a far-reaching impact on the future of the K-pop industry in Japan. He's paved a new path, one that proves that authenticity can trump formal boundaries. He inspires other young soloists to dare to be who they are, instead of just adhering to the old success formula. And for the fans' Japanese army in particular, this achievement is not just about pride. It's about the journey together. From the uncertain trainee days to BTS' challenging debut in Japan to now when Jungkook stands on his own as a respected solo artist in Japan. All these achievements are sweeter because they were there from the beginning until now. It's no exaggeration to say that today, Jungkook isn't just building a career. He's building a legacy. The legacy of an artist who refuses to be limited by rules, who believes in the power of true music, and who proves that with hard work, sincerity, and consistent passion, you can conquer the world, even the world that seems closed at first. And this is just the beginning. Jungkook can now be nominated for Request Artist of the Year without a formal debut in Japan. Can you imagine what would happen if he actually did a solo tour, large-scale concert, or even an official release there? A bigger explosion is definitely waiting. Perhaps in the future we'll see Jungkook not only win a nomination but actually make history in Japan. A history that's not just about record numbers but about culture change, about cross-border emotional unification, and about how true music knows no boundaries. And for those of you listening to this narrative right now, you are witnessing something bigger than just an individual victory. You're witnessing the changing of the times. The Golden Magne today doesn't just belong to Korea. He already belongs to the world. And Japan just reinforced the evidence.